Tariffs affecting real estate values. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's edition of Multifamily 101. Today we're going to talk about everything that's been in the news about tariffs and how they're affecting the whole world economy and trade and the stock markets. But as it relates to what this channel is about, which is real estate values. So how do tariffs affect the real estate values? I'll start off by saying this is not going to be a video like a lot of the material out there, including articles and people on TV. I'm not going to speculate exactly what's going to happen. The truth is, nobody knows exactly what's going to happen with these tariffs and how they're going to play out, not even Trump himself. So to say that people know exactly what it's going to relate to, how it's going to hurt or hinder the economy, it's everyone's guess. But what I do want to talk about is the things that really could be affected and already seeing effects, especially as they pertain to real estate values. So let's dive into it. The first one we have is interest rate speculation. So, as a lot of people have learned over the past few years, the Fed funds rate does not directly determine interest rates. It's actually tied to the 10-year Treasury. So, if you watch the 10-year Treasury, that is a lot closer predictor of what actual interest rate you're going to get when you apply for a real estate mortgage. And what's happened with the 10-year Treasury the past few days is they've taken a tumble. They're actually below 4% now, which means you could be getting a loan, even in the high fives, maybe in the mid fives at the moment, depending on the kind of mortgage you're looking for. And the Fed hasn't cut rates at all. They haven't done anything, but interest rates going down is very interesting because this could actually bring into play some refinances or some acquisitions that owners and buyers of multifamily real estate have been looking for. At the start of this year, the Fed said that there's not going to be dramatic interest rate drops this year, and that actually kind of attacked the market a little bit. But now that it's back on the table that interest rates could drop, there's a lot of people that could be speculating on real estate value. So it's really throwing uh, a a wrench into the spokes here by these tariffs being put into place. Cost of construction materials. So this is something that everyone's talking about housing, and the cost of materials is going to go up, and that's going to make new houses more expensive, and it's going to crumble the whole market. I don't buy into this much at all. And the reason being is that there are so many different factors that affect the housing market and its prices. New construction makes up a very small amount of the overall inventory of housing. Other factors that play much more have an effect is demand, how populations are moving. Not everyone is buying a brand new house every year. If that was the case, that could definitely be a factor. For cars and the auto industry, it's definitely more of a factor because there's turnover and a lot of people are buying new products. But with housing and multifamily, new product makes up a very small percentage of the overall market. Most people would just buy uh, non-new houses, and that will offset a bit of that fear. Could it affect it? For sure, but there are 20 other factors that could also affect real estate value. So I think this is one that's definitely overblown. But again, we'll see. No one knows exactly what will happen, but I think that's one that I definitely raise an eyebrow when I hear it. The last thing I have here is seller psychology. This is probably the most important thing to look out for, and this is really psychology of the entire market. I like to always say that it's not where interest rates are or where the market's at, but where do people think it's at and where do people think it's going? And that can play a huge determining factor in where real estate values are. So a few months ago, real estate values were pretty high. The past year, they've been pretty high. And the psychology of sellers has been, hey, it's going up, might be plateauing a bit, but still getting some good rents. Values seem to be up there. Now, with speculation that the economy might have a bit of a downturn, that psychology could shift, and now you might start seeing sellers who actually need to sell or need the liquidity or have a loan coming due, that they're going to be more pressed to go out and sell. So the psychology of what people think is going to happen is actually something that is worth keeping an eye out for, more so than what the talking heads are saying out on TV and the news. So that's all we have. Biggest takeaway from this is no one knows what's going to happen, but there are a couple of things you can look out for today, and just keep an eye out on what is happening in your local market and what people are thinking in general. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.